So in this paper, sixth question. Okay, so before doing the D part, we'll read the question. We'll read the first part. So they are saying Gulshan Car Hire Limited is considering an investment project of purchasing another taxi. Okay, so that's the question. They are considering an investment project of purchasing another taxi. So in D part, what they are saying is that they are saying evaluate the investment project on behalf of Gulshan Car Hire Limited. So you have to evaluate whether they should proceed with this project or not. So what you can say is that you can tell um, so you can tell Gulshan Hire Limited should proceed with the project because the project has a net present value. Net present value of 6,839. So this is the net present value that you calculated in A part, right? 6,839. So you can say the project has an NPV of 6,839, which is positive value and shows the project is worthwhile investing in. So you can tell it is worthwhile if we invest in this project because it has a positive, it gives a positive value. And then you can say the net present value calculation takes inflation into account. Therefore, it's good. Okay. Therefore, it's accurate. And then you can say the IRR, the internal rate of return of the project is 15.85%, which is healthy because you calculated the IRR in C part, right? It is 15.85. So we can say the IRR of this project is 15.85, which is healthy return, and it is greater than the cost of capital. So the cost of capital here is the cost of capital here is 9%, right? Here, look at this. This is 9%, right?
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
you compare it with the C part's answer, it's 15.85%. So compared to 9%, this 15.85 is greater, right?
Yeah.
So you can say uh, the which is IRR rate is healthy return and it is greater. The value is greater than the cost of capital. That is the value is greater than the 9%. Okay. So you can tell like that. And then now you can like if you want, you can calculate it you can calculate it the payback period method also and the profitability index and average rate of return. So in this question, they're not telling you to calculate all those, but then if you want to write that in your D parts answer, then you can calculate and give the amount. Like you can give the figures. You can tell even the payback period is 3.2 years, which is good. And then the profitability index, if you calculate for this question, the profitability index will be 1.207. So you can tell even the profitability index is good at 1.207. And then you can say ARR is 22.98%, which is very good. So only if you want, you can calculate them and show workings, and then you can write it when you're writing the D parts answer, when you're writing the evaluation. Did you understand?
Yeah. I understand.
Okay, so against the project, so you can tell Gulshan Car Limited, Car Hire Limited must not proceed forward with this project because all the figures are only estimates. So we cannot say for certain like they will be correct. So we can't make sure that they are correct because they are only predictions. So you can tell like that, and then you can tell there may be changes in future in competition, in the future of competition for fuel costs, licensing arrangements, and all that. So when competition increases, it will be hard for them to compete in that market. So you can tell like that. And then you can say it may be useful if other calculations were made. That is payback period, profitability index, and ARR rate. So in this sixth question, they have told you to calculate only NPV and the average annual profit and the annual profit. So and the IRR rate, but they haven't told you to calculate payback, profitability index, and ARR, right?
Yeah.
So you can tell it may be useful if Gulshan Ka Hire Limited calculate even those project appraisal methods, like that you can say. And then you can say, are there any alternative projects available to the company, like similar to similar to this, there any alternative projects available? So you can tell they have to think whether they have any alternative projects available. And then you can say, yeah, and then you can give a conclusion. You can tell, if the figures are accurate, then it would then the project will be worth investing in, something like that you can say. So if the predictions are accurate, if the estimates are accurate, then it is worth investing in this project, like that you can give a conclusion. Did you understand the whole answer now?
Yeah, understood right now.
Okay. So in this question, they are saying you evaluate the project for Cumbria Coal PLC using the calculations made above and any relevant non-financial factors. So on above answers, you have found the IRR rate in E part, and then you have found the NPV, okay, net present value, and then you have found the ARR, and then you have found the payback period method and net cash flow. So based on those calculations, you have to evaluate this project. So Cumbria Coal PLC has bought land that contains deposits of coal that will be mined. Okay, so they have given initial costs and all that. So based on that, you have found all your other methods value, payback period, ARR, and all that. So now what they are saying is you have to evaluate the project for Cumbria Coal PLC using the calculations made above. So you have to tell whether it will be worthwhile if they invest in this project, whether they should proceed forward with this project or not. So you have to give a conclusion. You have to write the answer and give a conclusion, and then you have to write even you have to consider the non-financial factors also, and then write. So let me teach you this answer. Before that, did you understand the question?
Yeah, I understood.
Okay, so you can say for in favor of the project. So you can say Cumbria Coal PLC should proceed forward with the project because the investment pays back in 4 years and 2 months, which is 10 months before the end of the project. So the project is 5 years, right? So before 5 years itself, they have, the investment pays back. That is 4 years. It takes only 4 years and 2 months. So which is good, right? So you can tell that. And then you can say the ARR. So in your answers, you have calculated ARR rate, right? So the ARR rate in this question is 12.57. Okay, percentage. So you can say the ARR shows a return of 12.5%. This is fairly a healthy return and is above the cost of capital. So wait. So the cost of capital is 12%. Here, look at this part. The cost of capital, they are saying the discount figures for 12%. So this 12% is the cost of capital. But what's the ARR rate? It's 12.5%. It's above the cost of capital, right?
Yeah,
So you can say this is above the cost of capital, which is very good. Like that you can say. And then you can say the non-discounted methods of project appraisal appears to show that project is worth investing in if the figures are correct. So non-discounted method is that payback and average rate of return, right? So you can tell both these shows from both these figures, we can get a conclusion that we can tell that this project is worth investing in. It is worth if we invest in this project if the estimates are correct, like that you can say. And then you can say the project will create jobs for the community and contracts for support, like to support businesses. Okay, so they will create jobs in community. Okay, if they carry out this project, it will create jobs. So this is also an advantage, right? So you can write that. And then you can say, however, uh, Cumbria Coal PLC should not invest in this project because the project has a net present value of minus 120,900. So when you calculated the NPV in this question, it's minus 120,900. So you can say it shows a negative value and it does not indicate that the project is worthwhile investing in. So you can like give the answers like based on your calculations, you can evaluate and write. So After you can say the IRR. The IRR of the project is 10.49. So this is also less than the target rate return. Because look at this question. In this question, look at my screen. Okay, here they are saying the company has a target discounted cash flow return of 15%. But then what's the IRR in this answer? What's the IRR rate? Tell me the IRR rate in this answer.
10.49.
Yeah, so this is less than the target discounted return, right?
Yeah,
So you can say like that. So you can say 10.49%. It has a IRR rate of 10.4% and it is less than the target return of 15%. And plus it is less than the cost of capital also because the cost of capital is 12%. Okay, so this 10.49 is less than 12%, right?
yeah,
So you can say it is less than the cost of capital also. And then you can say the burning of coal may be harmful to the environment due to carbon emissions. So if they burn coal, it will be harmful for the environment. So case against the project, you can talk about these points also. And for other points, you can tell all the figures are only estimates. So we cannot make sure that these figures will be correct. So you can tell that. And then you can say there may be changes in future supply of coal and demand for coal. So it may increase, it may decrease. So you can tell like that. And also there may be changes in competition, regulations, that is rules. So linked to the environment or development, like that you can say. Okay, there may be changes in competition, rules, and all that. And then for conclusion, you can say the discounted method of project appraisal appears to show that the project is not worth investing in. So discounted methods means what? What is it? Discounted methods means.
like it's like a method, like the discount.
Yeah, name those two methods, discounted methods. What are those two discounted methods?
So one is NPV, right?
Yeah, you're not sure of the answer, no?
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Oh my God, I have taught you this. So we have done so many theory questions. I have to know. Discounted methods means NPV and IRR. Okay.
Ah, okay, right.
Okay.
I'll make a note on it.
What?
I'll make a note on it.
Okay. Non-discounted methods is payback period and ARR. Okay.
Ah, right, okay.
So you can say for conclusion, the discounted methods of project appraisal appears to show that the project is not worth investing in. Okay. And then you can say the discounted methods of project appraisal takes into account the cost of capital and inflation. So therefore, but then the case against the project, we have to they have I have told that NPV has a minus value and the IRR is not according to the target rate return. So therefore, discounted method says that the project is not worth investing in. Okay, but then the non-discounted method, that is average rate of return and payback method, that says that the project is worthwhile investing in. Did you understand? But only the non-discounted method says that project is not worth investing in. Did you understand that part?
Yeah, understood that part.
So you can say the non-disc like wait, let me write it here. So discounted method is NPV and IRR. Okay. And then non-discounted method. Non-discounted method is payback and ARR. So non-discounted method, that is payback and ARR, tells they should invest in the project. Okay. And discounted method, that is NPV and IRR, says they should not invest in this project. So you can give a conclusion like that. But then and then you can say they should consider NPV and IRR because it takes into account the inflation and the time value of money. Did you understand?
Yeah.
So like that you can say. So they have to, consider discounted method. Okay. So like you can give a conclusion like that. Did you understand the whole answer now?
Yeah, I understood the whole.
Okay. So in this question, they are saying you evaluate whether roadway construction PLC should proceed with the project. Okay. So you have calculated. Okay, so this roadway construction PLC is considering the possibility of building and operating a private motorway. So you have to evaluate whether they should proceed with this project or not. Did you understand the question?
Yeah, I understood the question.
Okay. So now you can say the accounting. So based on your calculations from you have found the average rate of return in B part and you have found the payback period in C part, right? So you can say roadway construction PLC should proceed forward with the project because the accounting rate of return looks very healthy at 24.6%. Okay, so you can tell that. And then you can say the payback period is very short at just less than 2 years and 3 months. So you can tell that, okay, if the payback period is short, it is good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can tell that. And then for against the project, you can say roadway construction PLC should not proceed with the project because the figures only estimates. Okay, and it may not be accurate. Okay, and it may not be correct. Okay, revenues for the motorway may be lower, especially if society tries to move away from fossil burning fuels. So you can say sometimes the revenue for the motorway may be lower if the society moves away from fossil burning fuels and if they prefer long journeys, okay, made by train. So if they do journeys by train, then the revenues might be lower, so you can tell that. And then you can say costs such as maintenance may increase over the 5 years. So sometimes the cost can increase, right, over the other years. So over the upcoming years cost can increase, right? So you can tell that. And then for other points you can tell uh, roadway construction PLC have not calculated the net present value and they haven't calculated the IRR. Okay, so which discounts the value of money. So you can tell we don't know what figures the other methods of project appraisal will give. Did you understand?
Yeah, understood.
So you can tell that. And then for conclusion, you can say the project is probably worth investing in as the non-discounted methods of project appraisal shows a healthy return. Okay, shows a healthy return and a payback of about only 2 years and 3 months. So you can say the non-discounted methods says that the project is worthwhile investing in, but you can say but roadway construction PLCs should consider the discounted methods too, like that you can give. Did you understand?
Yeah, understood.
So always remember, only on one side you should not give a conclusion. You have to give a balanced conclusion. Like you have to say they should non-discounted method says that they should proceed with the project, but roadway construction PLC should also consider discounted methods too. Like that you have to say. Did you understand? Like you have to give a balanced argument. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any doubts in this?
No.